A good laugh and a long sleep are the best cures in the doctor's book. Man is a genius when he is dreaming. Happiness consists of getting enough sleep. The best bridge between despair and hope is a good night's sleep. Hey guys, for enthralling content like this, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started. But in the times of the internet and information, the younger generation doesn't take it seriously to sleep well. Due to staring for so long on the screen, the brain chemistry starts to distort. Your brain starts to make less amount of melatonin. Because the glands that make melatonin are used to trigger the darkness, and the brain starts to get signals for sleep, while the brightness of your smartphone, TV, and computer hinder these signals. What is melatonin? Natural melatonin is an important hormone for regulating your sleep-wake cycle. While several factors can negatively affect how long and well you sleep, the amount of melatonin your pineal gland is making could be one of them. You think, what happens when you don't sleep for 24 hours or 48 hours, and for as long as 1 week? Let's have a look at what happens when you don't sleep from day 1 to 7. According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, 24-hour sleep deprivation is the same as having a blood alcohol concentration of 0.10%. That's higher than the limit to legally drive. When you miss 36 hours of sleep, your symptoms become more intense. You'll have an overwhelming urge to sleep. You may start to have microsleeps, or brief periods of sleep, without realizing it. A microsleep usually lasts up to 30 seconds. Different parts of your brain will have a hard time communicating with each other. This severely impairs your cognitive performance. Missing sleep for 48 hours is known as extreme sleep deprivation. At this point, it's even harder to stay awake. You're more likely to have microsleeps. You might even begin to hallucinate. After 3 days of sleep loss, your urge to sleep will get worse. You may experience more frequent, longer microsleeps. Sleep deprivation will significantly impair your perception. Your hallucinations might become more complex. After 7 days, your perception of reality will be severely distorted. Your urge for sleep will also feel unbearable. If you miss so much sleep that you're unable to interpret reality, it's called sleep deprivation psychosis. Staying awake for 1 week causes severe symptoms. Some of the severe symptoms are like drowsiness. Drowsiness can also lead to your mental, emotional, or psychological state. Depression can greatly increase drowsiness, as can high levels of stress or anxiety. Boredom is another known cause of drowsiness. If you're experiencing any of these mental conditions, you're also likely to feel fatigued and apathetic. Irritability is also caused by severe lack of sleep. After such a long insomnia, one must be caught by it. Irritability is a feeling of agitation, although some describe agitation as a more severe form of irritability. Regardless of the term you use, when you're irritable, you're likely to become frustrated or upset easily. You might experience it in response to stressful situations. It may also be a symptom of a mental or physical health condition. Angriness is another symptom caused by severe lack of sleep. Your brain stops to manipulate things accordingly, and this makes false judgments. Any obviously fake judgments have false consequences. Most of the people with this symptom of anger and rage create trouble for themselves and for others. When you slack on shut-eye, you won't just develop bags under your eyes. You may also develop anger issues. New research from Iowa State University reveals that people who lose just a few hours of sleep at night are angrier and less capable of adapting to frustrating situations than people who get adequate rest. After such a time of insomnia, you are unable to concentrate. You rely on concentration to get you through work or school every day. When you can't concentrate, you can't think clearly, focus on a task, or maintain your attention. Your performance at work or school could be affected if you can't concentrate. You may also find that you can't think as well, which can affect your decision-making. Brain fog is also noticed after avoiding sleep for 1 week. Brain fog is characterized by confusion, forgetfulness, and a lack of focus and mental clarity. This can be caused by overworking, lack of sleep, stress, and spending too much time on the computer. On a cellular level, brain fog is believed to be caused by high levels of inflammation and changes to hormones that determine your mood, energy, and focus. The imbalanced levels of hormones make the whole system to be thrown off. Also, brain fog syndrome can lead to other conditions such as obesity, abnormal menstruation, and diabetes mellitus. Too many sleepless conditions cause hallucination. When a person passes through micro-sleep episodes, he definitely hallucinates. A hallucination is a false perception of objects or events involving your senses: sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. Hallucinations seem real, but they're not. Chemical reactions and/or abnormalities in your brain cause hallucinations. Hallucinations are typically a symptom of psychosis-related disorder, particularly schizophrenia, but they can also result from substance use, neurological conditions, and some temporary situations. A person may experience a hallucination with or without the insight that what they're experiencing isn't real. When a person thinks their hallucination is real, it's considered a psychotic symptom. Anxiety is another consequence of insomnia. A week without sleep leads to severe anxiety. Anxiety feels different depending on the person experiencing it. Feelings can range from butterflies in your stomach to a racing heart. You might feel out of control, like there's a disconnect between your mind and body. Although anxiety is a broad term, it has many different types and conditions, but one must develop the symptom of anxiety after so long. Dark eye circles are the most common effects of insomnia. Even after improper sleep is going to develop the circle, and after such long conditions, these circles get darker and darker. The skin under your eyes is different. This skin is thinner, which means that the blood vessels are closer to the surface. When you don't get enough restorative sleep at night, your blood vessels dilate. This causes an increase in blood flow, and since the skin under your eyes is thinner, the dark tint caused by the increased volume of blood is more noticeable here. In other words, sleep deprivation causes dark circles. It can also cause eye bags, which is the puffy, swollen appearance of the under eye area. This can occur when fluids leak into the skin. One must suffer with metabolic disorder after 1 week with lack of sleep. This small observational study looked at 15 adults who were at normal weight and then had them go through 2 lab sessions. In one, they slept for 8 hours. In the other, they were kept awake the entire night. After each session, researchers took tissue samples from the subcutaneous fat, the fat that rests under your skin, and skeletal muscle. This was done because these tissues can show where the metabolism had been impacted by obesity and diabetes, for instance. Blood samples were also taken. Researchers found that people who lost a night of sleep displayed a tissue-specific shift in DNA methylation, a process that regulates gene expression. Those who got a normal night's sleep didn't show this change. The researchers behind the study say that these findings could be significant in helping people better understand the adverse effects sleep loss can have on a person's body and overall health. Insomnia for 1 week may bring suicidal thoughts, as there's strong tendency in the patients with insomnia may commit suicide. Insomnia has been established as a risk factor for depression and mental illness for decades, but a growing body of evidence has recently exposed insomnia to be an independent risk factor for suicide that encompasses all age ranges. That's all for today. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and remember, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.